This is a video by Richmond. Today we're working on a Saturn S series. This happens to be a 1998 model. And what we're doing today is we are replacing the transmission mount. First, we need to get the vehicle up in the air, support it on jack stands, so we can remove the tire. Now, the next thing we're going to do is put a jack with a big block of wood underneath our transaxle because we're going to have to lift it up. Now, what I've done here is I've angled the handle of the jack in such a way so when I'm working on the mount, I can manipulate the jack. Now, after you get your vehicle up in the air, you want to remove the dog bone mount, and so we have to get the air box out of the way. Now, actually, I'm not going to remove the mount. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take out the bolt right here that secures it to the body of the vehicle. All right, we'll take the bolt out and just let the mount hang there. Now, the next thing we need to do is take this splash shield right here out of the way. There's just a bunch of push pins that hold it on. And once you take that out of the way, you will see the mount. Now, on the bottom here, there is a stud, and there is a 15 millimeter headed nut that we have to remove. So we're going to remove that now. And I used a deep socket. Now that's out of the way. Now what I'm going to do now, these two bolts right here that secures the mount to the transaxle. Now I'm only going to loosen the bolts about one turn. There's one turn. Now what that will do is that will give a little play. So when you lift it up, it won't put a lot of stress on the threads of that stud. Now we're ready to jack it up. You can see the whole assembly moving a little bit towards us. Now on the automatic transmission, be warned, it's much more difficult to get this mount out. Some people I've seen will cut that stud to get the mount in. We're going to buzz those bolts out. But the automatic transmission one can be a little bit more hassle. Now when you replace the new mount, you might have to jack up the transmission a little bit higher. Sometimes the aftermarket mounts the studs a little longer. What we're going to do is we're going to buzz those in, and we're going to back them off one turn the way we did before. So I'm going to back them off one turn now. After I get the wrench the right way. It'll give us a little play. Now what I'm going to do now is take this bar that I have, and I'm going to push the engine transaxle assembly a little bit over so it will line up. Now I'm using my foot right now to push it all over. Now I can lower the jack down, and there. Alright, it went in. Okay. She's in. Now we're going to tighten up these bolts. Okay, now we're going to replace the 15mm headed nut. Alright, new mount's all in. So now all we have to do is reverse our steps from here. Put the dog bone mount on right here, and the airbox and the tire and wheel, and that's it. So that's all there is to replacing a transmission mount on your Saturn S Series.